belts one.
There's an early warning shot across the bow.
That's a pretty powerful effort, because he really got hold of that one, but he's not going to trouble the keeper from there.
Brings it forward. Who's going to make this theirs? Danger averted for now. Up to meet it! Oh, nearly, but nearly is nothing.
Well, the keeper was helpless then. He knew he wasn't getting to it, so for a second or two he must have been praying it was off target, and he got lucky, very lucky.
Oh, this has been such a positive approach from them in the early part of this game. Everybody is programmed to get forward, and despite a couple of failed attempts, they are the better side.
And he's made sure that that won't get through. Zenit St. Petersburg are putting their opponents under a lot of pressure in the early stages. Oh, he's broken through. Oh, not quite. So it is still 0-0. And that was asking just too much of him. Point-blank header! Well, he would surely have scored there more times than not. Some good play on the left-hand side now to profit from it. Had a shot! He's got away with one there.
Oh, look, I don't need to tell you that that is not a good area to lose possession in, and should it be repeated, I think there's a real chance that the next time they're going to be punished for it.
Osvaldo with a shot! Just off target.
Well, for me, he had a very decent crack at it, but it has to be said that the odds on those from distance were never really that good, and you'd always favour the keeper in that instance.
And the assistant referee rightly gives him offside. Bale. Oh, well intercepted, really alert to the danger. Oh no, that's not the ball he wanted. Bale! Goal! Zenit St. Petersburg! Oh, beautifully dispatched. There was no reaching that.
Well, I think two keepers would have had a hard time keeping that one out, never mind one. There was real venom in the strike and clear composure from the placement.
Zenit St. Petersburg break the deadlock.
Well, that lifts some of the pressure, but they need to maintain their work rate. It's been very good up to now.
That's a poor kick by the keeper, he's just given it straight back. Now it's Bale. Oh, and they really should have been made to pay.
Well, I think you can only almost knew what was going to happen, and he got there really early. That was top stuff for me. Look, he's not going to need an invitation to smash one from that sort of range, and I just think it's risky business for a team to just sit there and watch him pull the trigger like that. It could fly in the top corner.
Zenit St. Petersburg are leading with half-time drawing close. He's had a shot! Decent strike, kept it fizzing low.
And that's a very, very good strike too. I mean, he kept it very low where the keeper doesn't like it.
That's not going to go down too well with his teammates. Looking to force his way through. And the ball is out of play. Spoon forward. Hits one! Well, he should have done better, and he knows it.
Oh, listen, I think you can understand at times that the pace of the game pressures players into split-second decisions, and sometimes they just make the wrong one, and I think he would have been better placing that.
He's putting on a show here, I think.
Well, there's no doubt that the whole team revolves around him now. He leads by example, and he's become the main pivot. Cracking player.
He's had a go!
Well, when it becomes that speculative, I think it requires something from the very top drawer.
There is the half-time whistle.
Well, that certainly pleased the fans, and the players are definitely happy with that scoreline. The question is now, can they protect it?
Zenit St. Petersburg happy to have the lead in a tight old game. Half-time, 1-0. So off we go once more. Zenit St. Petersburg carry a one-goal lead into the second half. Big chance! Good first touch and almost as good a second.
Yeah, and he knew he had to get his efforts away before being closed down, but he could have sacrificed a little power then for a bit more accuracy.
Well read, he sorted that out. Juventus looked all at sea and terribly vulnerable, but they've got away with it. And he's shown him a clean pair of heels. Oh, it's opened up nicely for him.
Well, that was a really awkward one for the goalkeeper to deal with.
Bale. He's off on a marauding run. Bale. He's away. Decent hit and on target. Not just about enough on that, but all at the expense of a corner. Well, he's making his point pretty forcefully. I can imagine some fairly colourful language down there.
Well, he has every reason to be upset. Where was the pressure? Why was nobody closing down? Too many questions, not enough answers.
And the counter is on. Can he shoot? Carries far too far and out of play. Good run, ultimately thwarted by an astute piece of defending. Crowd appreciates good football all round there. Zenit St. Petersburg are ahead here by what is still the only goal. Boots it upfield. Osvaldo, and he's through on goal. Wonderful from Osvaldo!
Well, we're all back to square one, but I hope this game opens up from here. It looks as if it could happen.
Jim, your thoughts?
I just think there was too much ball watching. Nobody's really looking to see who's drifting into good striking positions, and it's a bad one to give away, it really is.
Juventus grab the equaliser, and we're all square.
Well, that's got them back in it, but it'll be very interesting to see what way they approach it now. Do they settle for that or push for more?
So what now? Has a swing at it!
Oh, listen, I think you can understand at times that the pace of the game pressures players into split-second decisions, and sometimes they just make the wrong one, and I think he would have been better placing that. Gets up to head it!
That's a half-decent try.
Well, if he hopes to do better than that, he's got to work on his technique and his timing. The contact wasn't right there, so there wasn't much chance of success.
Comes sliding in. Going forward. What does he try from here? One! Goal! Juventus! And the game is well and truly turned on its head. And that is about as cool as they come. He picked his spot expertly.
Now that's what I call finishing, right in the corner. He knew instinctively who was where and didn't need to waste any time weighing things up. That's a cracking goal.
Juventus take the lead.
Yeah, for me, this team seems to find it easier to attack than defend, but now they're going to need to dig in at the back a bit.
Now it's Osvaldo. That's one way of trying to make things happen. There's a few who could follow that example. Zenit St. Petersburg haven't made a substitution yet. Cuts it out. Knocks it towards the front. And it's Bale. Oh, well played, he saw that coming. Bale. He's had a shot!
Well, there wasn't much of an appetite to close him down from that range then, but they're taking a bit of a risk because, you know, anybody is capable of a decent strike from there.
Now it's Osvaldo. Osvaldo. It's Osvaldo! What about it? And surely now, the result's beyond doubt. Given such an open invitation, he was always going to shoot.
Well, he's got the result there, but you really have to question that defence, or lack of it.
Juventus go 2 up and into a position of real strength. Strong hand by the keeper. Ball's loose, who's getting there? That'll be a throw-in. Forward it goes. Good running with the ball. Can they build on it? It's a loose ball. It's gone a long way up and away. Aimed forward. That's great defensive work. It doesn't take too much imagination to guess what would have happened otherwise. Going for goal! They are running riot! Surely now, beyond all doubt. Well, that always looked the likely outcome.
Yeah, I've got great admiration for the finish, but I've even more admiration for the pass that set it up. It was delicious.
Juventus blast themselves into a 3-goal lead. Can he score? Keeper's not concerned by that. Oh, you could tell he really wanted that.
Yeah, he's definitely a player who looks like he could make something happen every time he's on the ball. He's just full of belief and energy.
Osvaldo. It's Osvaldo! Big relief, it just needed better contact. Zenit St. Petersburg get it back again. Looks like a good ball through. Osvaldo turns and goes back. Shot at goal! There is the final whistle. Zenit St. Petersburg just couldn't kill it off. They let their opponents back into it and let it get away. How do you look back on the game then, Jim?
Well, the surprise for me was seeing a team look so feeble in what is usually a strongly protected area. But the centre of their defence looked open and very, very unsafe.
That's it for today. Thank you, Jim, and goodbye.
Podcast.